Hey gorgeous girlies, what is up? Welcome to my first ever YouTube video. Today I'm going to be restoring this old synthetic wig I bought from Amazon. I really liked it when I first bought it. It was versatile and could be worn in a number of different styles. A high ponytail, with pigtails and in a headband. But now it's super tangled and matted and majorly needs to be revived. Let's get into it. So I started detangling it with my Mark Hill oil infused paddle brush. This is my absolute favourite. It's the bomb.com when it comes to detangling synthetic wigs because it brushes oil through them. It truly is the only brush I feel that works to detangle synthetic hair for longer than a minute. I started from the ends and worked my way upward, as the ends were the worst part of the wig. They were like doll hair. You know, when you get a new Bratz doll and take it out of the box, the hair is shiny and sleek, and a few weeks later, the ends start to frizz up and you can barely get your brush through? Well, that was this wig. Also, any fellow Bratz collectors here, or is it just me? I also didn't have a method here. I truly could not see the wood for the trees. It was all matted, tangled hair that I felt wouldn't be salvageable. I knew I wanted to make sure I had the ends detangled as much as possible because I didn't want to cut any length from the wig because I needed it as long as possible to add the blue extensions in later. Girl, when I tell you that this was the longest part of the process, I spent a good hour just brushing all of the tangles out. I brushed the wig out the night before, hoping it would save me some time, but that was just wishful thinking. As you can see, it's just me brushing and brushing and brushing. I'm going to disappear for a bit, gorgeous girlies, but please enjoy some chilled music whilst you watch me tackle this bird's nest. Even after all that brushing, the wig was still super tangled, so I used my Revlon hot brush. I love this hairdryer. It does the work of a hairdryer and a round brush at once. I also use it on my natural hair when it's long. I thought the heat blowing through would not only help to detangle the wig, but to soften the synthetic fibres as well. And again, I'm just starting from the ends and working my way up. This method of detangling actually really worked. When I tell you, I didn't have to cut any hair off this wig at all. So now I'm tying the hair up into sections ready for boil washing. I know this looks really strange, but it limits tangling when putting the wig into water. I've boil washed synthetic wigs before where I've just submerged them in the water and come up with an even more tangled, crunchy mess. And we certainly don't want that. This method also makes it easier when combing out the wig when wet. So now I'm just running over each section with a flat iron. This isn't to straighten the wig, but to soften the synthetic fibre before I put it into the boiling water, and to help with detangling later. So here I am pouring the boiling water into the kitchen sink ready to make a bath to soak the wig. I used a pan instead of a kettle because I thought I'd have more water. I guess I didn't fill the pan high enough. Now I'm submerging the tied pieces of hair into the boiling water and carefully detangling them with a wet brush. Here you can see how the sections make it much easier for me to comb through the wig and ensure that the synthetic fibres are not getting stuck together during this process. So now I'm just rinsing the wig with warm water before I fill up the sink again, ready to wash it. To wash the wig, I'm using a Dove shampoo. It's what we had in. I'm not fussy when it comes to the shampoo I use in my synthetic wigs, as it's just to clean them. And I'm just brushing that through with my wet brush. By the way, sorry if this part of the video is at a funny angle. I had my phone in my ring light recording directly in front of the sink while I stood to the side and actually washed the wig. Next I'm taking my QVOTE Colour Care Conditioner to condition the wig. This is left over from my human hair wigs. It's really good for coloured blonde human hair. Again, it doesn't really make a huge difference which shampoo or conditioner you use in synthetic hair because synthetic hair can't absorb the moisture, but a good shampoo or conditioner can help to soften and smooth out the wig. Next, I'm taking my Tresemme Intensive Care Mask and applying a heavy amount of that to the wig. I really like using this mask on my wigs, both human and synthetic, as it's really rich and creamy and helps to soften the fibres. Now I'm applying Tresemme Heat Protect Spray to protect the hair during styling. I'm now applying Provoke Leave-In Conditioner to help soften the synthetic fibres. I'm now taking my Revlon hot brush and blow drying the wig. At this point, the hair started to feel a lot softer and smoother and was much easier to comb through. I'm now flat ironing the wig. I didn't bother sectioning it out for a perfect straight, as I was going to have to tie it up again to put the blue extensions in anyway. I'm now sectioning the wig out ready to put the blue extensions in. As you can see from the way I'm sectioning it out, this is most definitely not my strong suit. Hair time! This was by far the most stressful step. I put the first row of extensions in too high, and then from there everything went downhill. I also could not get the extensions to stay in. They kept popping off, and I think that had to do with the hair density of the wig. Each track of hair wasn't really thick enough to clip the extensions onto, and I ended up having to clip a lot of them onto the cap. So to preserve my peace, I decided to do most of this step off camera. If you watch closely, you can really see me struggle with where to place them because there just wasn't a lot of hair that I could attach them onto. And finally, I'm just running the flat iron over the wig once more to help the extensions blend seamlessly. It almost kind of looks like pink and blue fizzy cola bottles or the bubblegum flavoured drumstick squashies, doesn't it? So this is the finished wig. I just plucked it and straightened it off camera, but that was all I did to it. That's all I did to it since filming. It's still really soft, it's still really smooth, it moves, I can run my fingers through it and it's not just in a big mass. I really like the boil washing method. I feel like it works wonders. It works really well with Bratz doll hair, with doll hair. It works really well with synthetic wig hair. Just to get it straight, to iron out all of the kinks. And as you can see, I cannot stop touching it. What I also really like about it is that it's one of a kind. It's custom. You're not going to see anybody else with the exact same wig because you made it yourself. That's what I really like about adding the blue extensions or any coloured extensions into a wig for that matter. It's not something that you're going to go to the drag bar or the gay bar or whatever and see a million other queens wearing. You kind of have your own unique look. I'm also doing a makeup tutorial showing how I got this whole look with the wig on my channel as well, so please stay tuned for that. If you managed to make it to the end of the video, thank you so much for watching, gorgeous girlies, and stay tuned for more.